What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, where we focus on helping Black women change their lives by discarding negative thoughts, pivoting in the right direction, and shifting their mindset through cultivating a trauma free lifestyle. I'm your host, Courtney Kristen, educator, content creator, life coach, counselor, and mental health enthusiast living in Houston, Texas. I created the Allow Yourself Grace podcast because I wanted to create a space for Black women to share their thoughts, feelings, and stories that make them who they are without fear of judgment. Allow Yourself Grace provides emotional support and encouragement within the Grace Girls community for women in need of non biased opinions from women other than family and friends. Personal development, self care, career, faith are among many of the topics we will discuss on this platform. Allow Yourself Grace podcast is here to encourage Black women to live unapologetically and thrive in being authentically who they are and were designed to be an entire vibe. No topics are off limits. We will cover it all. Now, grab a notebook, pen, sit back, and enjoy the show. Hi, guys. Welcome back to episode number 2 of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode. This is my second episode, and I'm super excited. So, I'm your host, Courtney Kristen, and I'm super excited to have you guys listen in, or maybe you're viewing me on YouTube. Welcome. So excited to have you guys back. Today's topic is finding your purpose. Finding your purpose. And so, our quote for this episode is: we won't be distracted by comparison if we are captivated with purpose. We won't be distracted by comparison if we are captivated with purpose. We won't be distracted by comparison if we are captivated with purpose. And so, what that quote means to me is, and you can take your own moment to kind of interpret what that means, is that if I'm walking in my purpose, I don't have to compare myself to others. If I know that I'm fulfilling my purpose with my passion, I don't have to compare myself to others. Take a moment, think about what the quote means to you. And if you have a pen and paper, you can write it down. But if you're riding in your car and you're listening, just go ahead and make a mental note. So my first point for today is we're going to be talking about how to find your purpose. Because we can talk about finding your purpose, but if you don't know how, then it's kind of pointless. So the first point that I have down is develop a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset is the link to having a sense of purpose. So if you're willing to grow and you're willing to get uncomfortable, then you allow yourself to really, really be able to tap into your purpose. And so the purpose of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast is we're having self-help conversations for Black girls and Black women. And so a lot of us Black girls and Black women out here, we struggle with really finding our purpose. And so we have an idea of who we want to be and why we want to be it. But tapping into the purpose, it sometimes seems as though it can be the most difficult thing for us to do. And it's usually because we've tried something that we thought that we were passionate about, and maybe it didn't go so well, or maybe you encountered people who kind of steered you away from your purpose, right? Or maybe they did something to really make you not want to do that thing anymore, right? They took away that passion. They took it away. Like the passion that you had for what you thought was your purpose got ruined by someone or something, right? And so developing a growth mindset again can be difficult. But in order to be able to find your purpose again, that's something you have to do. And so your growth mindset just means that you're willing to kind of bend, you're willing to do some things, you're willing to um be receptive to information, to feedback, you're continuously learning. You're a lifelong learner. And so that's part of developing that growth mindset. Number 2, create a personal vision statement. For me, I struggle with consistency. Like I'll start something, I'll be consistent for a short period of time, and then after that, I don't know what happened. Right? I don't know what happened to the routine. It's no longer there. I'm kind of like, oh my God. And I find myself in a place where I'm always constantly resetting my life. Like, Courtney, you cannot continue to be in reset mode every other month. Like, come on, sis, get it together. But I found myself constantly resetting. And so I had to come up with a vision statement for my life. And so I cannot talk about things, I cannot set goals, and then I turn around and I'm not consistent. And so I set a vision statement for my life. And I know my husband said hoodies are coming soon because we talked about this. Consistency kills critics. Like, if you were consistent, then you shut everybody up, right? But when you continue to talk about something and you continue to basically live a lie, in a sense, I'm calling my own self out, then people don't take you serious because you're not consistent. But when you're consistent and they're like, dang, she's always showing up, dang, she's still doing that, like, it makes a big difference. And you'll see a big difference in your life because you have, once you're consistent, you allow yourself that opportunity to really see the fruits of your labor. But when you're not consistent and you're not laboring constantly, then you don't see anything. All you see is, oh, gotta start over. Okay, let me get a plan in place. And every other month or week, you're resetting. You're starting over. But when is that going to stop? When are you going to be consistent at finding your purpose? When are you going to be consistent at doing what you love? Like, we can't keep giving ourselves excuses on why we don't know what our purpose is or why we're not walking with purpose. Like, I know we hear the word purpose a lot, but we have to figure out what we're passionate about in order to find our purpose. So you need to think about what the thing is that you love and desire the most that you can be consistent with in order to really, really walk in your purpose. Number 3, give back. Give to others what you didn't have. Right? That's one thing you can do. Give to children, give to people what you didn't have, what you lacked, what held you back from finding your purpose. Number 4, practice gratitude. Be grateful for where you are and where you're going. You're not there yet, but be grateful that you know that God has equipped you with the tools and the resources, and He's provided everything that you need in order for you to get there. The journey out here is difficult. Everyone seems to be trying to figure things out on their own, with no guidance, with no help, with no mentor, with no play. Like, you're literally Googling. Let's say that. You're searching. You're searching. You're searching for a way. You're searching for things to help you reach your goal, right? To help you fulfill your highest potential. But it's hard. I can admit it's hard. It's hard when you don't have anybody to really look at. You don't have an example. Maybe you can't afford a mentor. Maybe you live in a rural area. Like, but we have to start thinking outside of the box. How can I find my purpose being in the situation that I'm in, being in the place that I'm in? How can I still find my purpose? Like, can I? Yes, you can. Don't let your current circumstance deter you away from the things that you know you're passionate about. Why do you think God put you here? What are some things that you're good at? This is a time we really need to take moments and block out time to really map out our lives. To really, really map out your life. Is everything going to go according to plan? Definitely. Most definitely not. It's not. Because one thing about life, sis, it be lifing. It be lifing. But can you still have plans written down, plans that you've manifested come to life? Like, yeah, you can. It's just not always on our timing. And that's what we have to understand as women, is that everything's not on our time. It's not what we say, how we say. You just need to put the work in behind those goals in order to start seeing fulfillment. And it's not going to come when you think it should come, but it's coming. You can only stay in a bad situation for so long. It's temporary. It's a test of your faith. It's a test of your grit and your grind. Like, do you have it? Do you have it? You're asking for things that you have to be equipped for. And so you can't walk around thinking that every day is going to be a good day, because it's not. That's just not how life works. But we want to be thankful for the good and the bad, because it's in the bad that we learn the most about ourselves. It's in the bad that we develop our grind and our hustle. It's through the bad that we learn tenacity. We learn how to not give up. We learn how to endure. And if you're a true believer, the Bible talks about these things. And so a lot of people, when things happen, they get mad and they get angry at God and they ask these questions. Why this? Why that? Why this? Why that? But it's all for a purpose. It's all working for your good. Are we going to understand it all? Definitely. Most definitely not. There's things that I still don't understand. But do I believe that it's for a purpose? Most definitely. Do I believe that I've been prepped and primed for certain things that are coming my way? I'm not even there yet. I can't see everything that's coming, but I know it's coming, because we were designed for greatness. We were designed to be this unique creature. You know, we were designed to live a great life. Anybody that you're connected to should receive nothing but positivity from you, right? They should receive nothing but positive energy from you. You know, it shouldn't be anything negative. You should want people to leave your presence saying, I learned something, I got something, I like being connected to her. These are the things that we're working toward. That's true purpose, is building each other up, walking in authority, Finding out what we love, who we love, why we love them, why are we doing what we do? Why do we like encouraging other women to be great? Why? Is it because Courtney told me to? Is it because I know it's the right thing to do? Why do you like doing it? That's what we have to find out. What is it that you're passionate about, and why do you like doing it? Why? Why? Like, you can't continue to wake up every day and regret what you're doing. You can't continue to wake up every day and regret living. Like, there's somebody that's listening to this that they don't want to live anymore. They don't want to live anymore. And they're trying to figure out why. They're contemplating in their mind whether somebody really wants them here, whether someone really needs them here. But I'm here to encourage you and tell you that we need you here. We want you here because you haven't yet fulfilled your purpose. Someone needs what you have. What do you have to offer? Because you have something. But I need you to reach deep down and really, really, really search your soul to figure out what that thing is that you have to offer. Some of you guys are extremely talented. Like, you do hair, you do nails, you're just excellent at everything you do. But you won't tap into it fully because you don't think you can do it. You don't think you can do it. But God's not going to give you gifts that He's not going to give you the tools to use, right? Like, really, really take some time and figure out what it is that you're passionate about. And I want you to go full force working towards that passion. Then you will find your purpose. Maybe you're here to serve. Maybe you're here to, help those in need, some form of service. You have something. Maybe you're motivating people. You have something to offer the people. We're all different and we're all unique. Don't give up. Don't give up. Turn your pain into purpose. That's number 5. What's bothering you? What is that thing that when you think about it, you're like, oh my God. For me, it's trauma. Trauma is bothering me. I wanted to call this episode Mentally Scarred, but I kind of wanted to start with finding your purpose. But being mentally scarred and trauma can really, really, it can help you or it can hurt you. So what I'm doing is I'm using mine and turning it into purpose. So my mental scars, my pain, I'm turning it into purpose. I want to impact other people. I want to let other people know that they're not the only ones hurting, but we're all here for each other. And so I want to give advice on how to help you get to the place that I'm at, right? Because you have to become at peace with the things that are bothering you. But how can I still use that to fulfill a purpose? And so those are the things you want to think about, because we all have trauma. We all have scars. But in what way are you going to use that for a purpose to benefit others, to build other people up, to do something that's going to impact others? That's why I love support groups, because to me, support groups are a group of people who come together, who share a common pain, but they also share a common purpose because they're influencing and impacting each other by telling their story. Someone needs to hear your story. Someone needs to hear how maybe you were homeless and you came back and now you have your own business, or you have this 6-figure job, and how you got there, how you built yourself back up, how you were contemplating suicide, and God showed you another way. Like, someone needs to hear that, because it's in those critical moments in our lives that we need people the most. And the people that we need the most are the people we don't know. Right? Because somebody that you don't know can come and speak into your life and you'll listen. But a lot of times the people you know, you feel like they don't understand. And so what I'm saying all that to say is that somebody needs to hear from you. Somebody needs to know your story. They need to know your story. And so what can you do to turn your pain into purpose? Number 6, explore your passions. Explore your passions. Explore your passions. Maybe you're passionate about more than one thing. That's totally okay. Explore those things. If you want to do it, do it. You only live one life. Maybe you do it, you try, you don't like it. It's okay. Move on to the next thing. Don't be afraid of change. You're not going to know your purpose immediately. You're not going to figure it all out in 5 minutes. Like, it takes time, and you have to learn to be patient with yourself. And that's what this podcast is all about. The Allow Yourself Grace Self-Help podcast is all about being patient with you, celebrating you with where you are now, celebrating the small wins, celebrating the big wins, just celebrating life itself. Celebrate the woman that you are. Celebrate the woman that you're becoming. Maybe you're not where you want to be or where you think you should be, but you need to love on you. You need to love on you. Explore your passions. Never be afraid to take chances. Never be afraid to take chances. Taking chances can make all the difference in your life. It can make all the difference in your life. Taking chances can change the generations that are to come in your family. It can break generational curses just by one person taking a chance. Somebody has to be the risk taker. Is it going to be you? Or are you going to wait for someone else to do it? How long are you going to wait? Or are you going to take a chance? Taking chances can change the trajectory of your life. Taking chances can determine whether you stay somewhere for 10, 20 years and not fulfill a purpose that you know you're supposed to fulfill, but you were too scared to take that chance because of the what ifs. We can't worry about the what ifs. There's always going to be what ifs. There's always going to be pros and cons to anything, but at some point you have to leap. Some point you have to leap. You have to push yourself off that edge and try. What's the worst that can happen? You could fall down, but you can also get back up. Right? You can get back up. You can try it again. You can try it again. It's perfectly okay to fall and get back up. But how are you going to know that something's not for you if you don't take a chance? You have to try it out. Be the one to go first. Be the one to go first. Somebody has to do it. Somebody got to lead the way. Is it going to be you? Or are you going to wait for somebody else to do it when you know that that's what you're supposed to be doing? It's not always going to be easy. Maybe the route you first take doesn't go the way that you think it should go, but don't give up. If it's something you want, don't give up. Show God that you want it. I'm just a believer that if we put actions behind what we want, that we have no choice but to win. The Bible says, I wish upon all things that you shall prosper. God wants you to prosper. He doesn't want you to lack anything. You should have higher expectations for yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Explore your options, explore your passions. Don't give up because somebody's telling you that it might not work. Try it. Purpose, purpose, purpose. Let everything you do be purposeful. Let it be meaningful. Let it be something that you're passionate about. You could be sitting here still saying, Courtney, what are you talking about? I have no purpose. I don't know what to do with my life. And that's okay too. But you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. That means you have to explore some things. You have to take some chances. Those are things you have to do in order to find it. But if you're just sitting there saying, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what to do. This is crazy. I don't want to do that. This is too hard. Life is hard. Then you're going to continue to be where you are. Don't be afraid. God has you. I promise He has you. You have a community of sisters who love you, who want to be there for you. I mean, join the Grace Girl community. Be around like-minded people. And that brings me to number 7. Be a part of a community. Be a part of a community. Be around people who have found their passion or finding their passion, but ultimately be around people who are taking action. They're taking control of their own lives and they're trying to figure it out. Sitting on the couch or on the phone complaining, sis, is not trying to figure it out. Being aggressive towards other women and other people is not trying to figure it out, because you're lashing out at them when you're hurting inside. It's something else that's bothering you, and it's usually because you're not where you want to be in your life. So now you're lashing out. Now you're starting arguments. Now you're getting mad. Now you're slamming doors. Now you're acting bipolar and you're acting schizophrenic. Like, it's something that's going on within you that needs to be reassessed. Trauma, you have to deal with it. All the pain, the hurt, you got to deal with it. You got to go to counseling. You got to go to therapy. Like, these are things you have to do for you in order for you to truly be successful. And that means all the way around, mentally, physically. In order for you to thrive and be the best version of yourself, you have to take care of you. You have to take chances. You have to take risks that no one else will take. These are things you have to do. And one thing about a woman that's determined, we don't get scared. We don't get scared because we love proving people wrong when they doubt us. We love proving them wrong when they doubt us, honey. Black women are so successful right now, but imagine if we can get the other percentage that's missing on board. And don't think because you have kids, because I'm tired of hearing that you can't do certain things. You could do whatever it is you put your mind to, period. Because I've seen it done. People like to use their kids as excuses, and I'm no longer taking that. I'm not taking that because I've seen it done and I've seen it happen. And so I don't want to hear that, sis. You don't want to hear that. Get it done. Make it happen. Make it happen. But also don't forget to be thankful and show gratitude for where you are in the moment. Number 8, spend time with people who inspire you. Stop being afraid to be around people who are doing better than you. Stop being jealous. Stop being envious and gain something from them. gain something from them. You can learn something from them. You should be excited to be around greatness. Shouldn't be jealous. What you jealous for? You have the same potential. You should be wanting to learn from that woman instead of being jealous of her. Tell her shoes cute. Tell her she looks good today. Like, I don't know why we as women struggle so much with complimenting other women. Like, if sis is doing her thing, she doing her thing. Respect it. Put some respect on her name, period. But yet we sit around and we bash each other. We talk about each other. We down each other. We're jealous of each other and wonder why we can't prosper. We have to come together. Like, there's no need for me or anyone else to hate on the next person when I have the same potential to make my life better. Stay motivated. Stay motivated. Like, listen to some motivational mixes. Find podcasts that you like. Find something that is going to help you take action in your life. Find something that is going to push you to the next level. It's going to push you out of your comfort zone. It's going to push you to passion, which is going to ultimately push you to purpose. Find people, find things that pour into you. Find things that help you develop who you are as a person. Stop going around the same negative energy and expecting different results. It's not going to happen. I'm no longer letting you use the excuse of, oh, well, my mom was like this, or oh, it just runs in my family. That's no longer an excuse. When you know better, you do better. And so in 2023, I'm going to need you to do better. Okay? I'm going to need you to do better. I'm going to need you to do better because you know better, right? Accountability. That's all that is learn to hold yourself accountable. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you give someone your word, stand on it. Stop giving mediocre things to the world and expecting excellent results when you're giving mediocre. Like, I don't do mediocre, sis. Like, bring it all to the table. Step. If you're going to step, don't half step. Let's step. And that's it. Like, I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I haven't done it because of. Let's go. What we gonna do? We ready or we not? Like, you can't keep going back and forth in your mind. Like, you have to go. You have to get it. You have to make it happen. You have to figure it out for you. And you have to learn to come together and collaborate with other women. Because if you don't, you find yourself in a place of being like all the women we see on social media, like, oh, I don't have any friends. I have friends. Do we talk every day? No. Do I have them? Yes. Do you have to talk to people every day? No. But I think if someone is your true friend, they learn to respect your boundaries and they learn you, right? And they learn how you operate, and you learn how they operate, and you reciprocate the same energy they give you. And so when we learn that you don't have to be around a person 24/7 for them to truly support you, then I think we would be more successful, because everyone is living their own lives. They're living their own lives. And so you can't be so selfish to say, well, you should do this, this, and this because I did this. You can't be that selfish. All right? Stop wanting all the energy. Stop wanting all the attention. Because as I said in my last episode, life be lifing, and people have their own things going on. And I think it's just a form of communication. It's just all about communication. So spend time with people who inspire you. Who inspires you? Get around that person. thrive, learn from them, learn their hustle, learn their growth. Me, personally, and this could be biased, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I like being around my husband. Why? He possesses some traits I don't have, right? He's vocal, he's social, he's authoritative, outgoing, outspoken, doesn't really worry about what people have to say. He's kind of like a risk taker. And so I like being around that energy. And so my goal this year is to find positive feminine energy, to be around people who are that live closer to me. Because like I said, I have my friends, but we all live different places, right? I want to build a virtual community, which includes everyone, my friends, people I don't know, people who are searching for that connection to other positive, strong Black women, right? Bosses. We're looking for that energy. It's hard to find. It's rare, but I know they're out there, but it's rare. So somebody has to put themselves out there. That's what I'm talking about, taking risks, right? So I'm going to be the person to take the risk. Maybe you'll join, maybe you won't. I hope you will. I want people around me who bring me positive energy, who bring positive vibes, who encourage, who are successful, who, bring something to the table other than what I have. I want some people to sit at my table that have a variety of traits, a variety of characteristics, a variety of talents and gifts. And I hope to bring the same thing to them. Like, you need variety at your table. Reflect on what excites you about your passion. Like, what gets you going. Practice your spiritual wellness and take care of your well-being. Like, these are things we need to do in order to help us operate in our purpose. Ensure that whatever you're doing for a career, whatever you're doing for work, it has a purpose and that you're passionate about it. And learn new things by reading books. I said in the last episode that I'm starting my book club. I've been playing around with the name, but I think I'm just gonna stick with the name of my podcast and of everything else. And so it's probably just gonna be the AYG Book Club, Allow Yourself Grace Book Club. And so we'll be reading one book a month. I don't want to overdo it by trying to do two, so we're gonna start with one. We'll see how it goes. And so yeah, and so this is just a group of women. We'll get together, we'll discuss the book, we'll chat, we'll chop it up. I'm trying to determine if I want to do it virtually or if I want to include some Zooms. I'm thinking Zoom because that way everybody can kind of see each other, talk to each other, develop that community and sisterhood that a lot of people need and that they're looking for. And so that is coming. And so I will announce the first book on my 5th episode for the season. So I'll announce the first book, or I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. I may announce it on my Instagram. So if you're not following me, go follow me at Mrs. Why Now Is Your Time on Instagram so that you can be notified when I launch the book club, because I may just post like a announcement video or something on my story where people can join the book club. So I'm super excited about it, because I like reading, but I like look for people to discuss the book with. And some people haven't read the book, or maybe they're reading something else. So it'd be nice to have a community where we can discuss that we read, and all read the same book. So my closing quote for today's episode, episode 2 of AYG podcast, Allow Yourself Grace with Courtney and Kristen, I'm going to close out with this. If you can't find your purpose, figure out your passion. For your passion will lead you into your purpose. What is the thing that you're most passionate about? Figure it out so that you can learn to operate with purpose. And so all throughout this episode, I talked about finding the thing that you're most passionate about and owning it, walking in it. And when you learn to walk it and you learn to own it and it becomes you and it's just who you are, you truly learn to fulfill your purpose. You truly learn to fulfill your purpose when you're passionate about what you do. Stay passionate about what you do. Stay passionate about what makes you want to wake up in the morning and get going. Stay passionate about that. Bring the positive energy. Be grateful for every day, because every day you wake up is another chance to fulfill your purpose. It's another chance to walk in authority. It's another chance to walk in excellence. It's another chance to be a good sister, be a good wife, be a good husband, be a good father, be a good mother. It's just another chance to do what you love, be everything to others that you want them to be to you. Let's bring it, sis. Let's give 2023 everything we have to give it. And if we go out with no regrets. We go out with a legacy that we've left for people to use and view for years to come. You have to leave your mark on the world. You only get one life. How are you going to live it? How are you going to live it? Are you going to live it with regrets, or are you going to live it on purpose? Are you going to live it with regrets? Or are you going to live it on purpose? Are you going to live it on coulda, shoulda, woulda? Or are you going to live it on I did it? I've done it. Been there, traveled there, did that. It's go time. It is go time. Enjoy your life. Live it to the fullest. Live it on purpose. Live it with passion. Live it. And give it all you got, sis. Until next time, I'll see you in the next episode. Peace. Well, guys, that concludes our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. For additional information about today's episode, please click the link in the show notes below. To learn more about our Grace Girls community and other resources we have to offer, head over to www.allowyourselfgrace.com. Until next time, Grace Girls, I love you all, be blessed, and continue to strive for success.